I'm Kirchner. I have been going to Broadway for a long time, since I was a little kid. I'm a special education teacher at Cumberland Trace Elementary School. I work some with the youth here at Broadway and the creator of The Haven. The Haven is Broadway's special needs ministry. So it was created out of kind of a brainchild of wanting a place for parents of kids with special needs and the kids to come and be like welcome and have their spot, because oftentimes that demographic gets put into other people's corners or spots and forced to fit the mold or whatever it may be. My hope was to kind of begin to rebuild that and fix the bridge between those two, because those are two different realms that I value, Broadway and families with kids with special needs, just because I know how awesome both of those things are. So I wanted to kind of bridge the gap, and so thus The Haven was born. And its mission, we set out to make faith accessible to those families of kids with special needs by creating just encounters with God and people that care about them in a safe community, in a safe space for them to be, which became The Haven. So it's launching again on September 11th, and it'll be on Sunday afternoons from 4 to 5:30. So the parents will have their space to go be in their small group, and we'll do some programming with the kids with a game and a lesson and crafts and games and activities and all that. They just enjoyed being in a place where they could be like real and be in those experiences that they have with their children that are challenging or isolating or just difficult with other people who get it. Because a lot of times you see they're talking to parents who don't necessarily get to the full extent what they're going through or the challenges that may be presented. And so to have a safe space where their kids are cared about and they can just be a parent and be a person, be their own person in a safe space with people who get it, was just really valuable for them and something that they don't have everywhere. So it was awesome to get to see that feedback. I think the kids had a good time. There were several stories where there was doctor's appointments or changes in schedules or whatever, and they couldn't come and they were super bummed. And so were their buddies on this end of it. So it was really refreshing, and to see them get to just be themselves and interact with the lesson about God and just get to be with their partners was great, to create sort of like a positive connection with church where it may not always be the case for them. And it started on a Broadway youth mission trip to Chattanooga, and we volunteered at a special needs daycare. And so there it was like I love kids. I love all kids still to this day, and loved kids before that. But to see those kids, and I mean, this was just a pocket of kids with special needs in Chattanooga, in the middle of nowhere, unrelated to where I am, but to see them just like go about their routines. And like I remember playing basketball in a little tyke school with this little kid with Down syndrome, and I was like, these kids, they want all the same things that like typical kids want, and they want all the same things that you and I want. That it's just like, it just looks different. And so to me, that kind of opened my heart and was like, wow, this is something that's meaningful and valuable and like a lifelong pursuit that it could bring. And so thus special ed was the easiest avenue, and then The Haven has kind of stemmed off of that as Broadway letting me live into my calling and to equipping me to do that in a church setting as well as in the education setting. I think it's really important for all people to be welcome here, because everybody, no matter how they express it or how they go about it, wants a place to belong, right? Like they want somewhere that's theirs and somewhere that they can be a contributing member of and involved and connected, and people know that they can show up and people care about them, period. That's all there is to it. And so to continue to push the edges of what that looks like and who that includes and what it looks like is super important, and to bring more people into the fold of the awesome stuff we have going on here at Broadway is just critically important to our lives together.